Hey guys, welcome to New Way IT. And I just finished a Saturday class, and it was pretty fun. And I just wanted to share. I'm in the Atlanta location, and just got through training some students, and it's pretty fun. We learned some new stuff today. Backup recovery and recovery of your SP files, your control files, and all your recovery files and mumbo jumbo. Yes, but students seem satisfied or whatnot, so we're gonna keep training and all that good stuff. So yeah, like I told you guys earlier before, we have a new session that's starting in August in all three of our locations, Maryland, Virginia, and ATL. So it should be a lot of fun learning a whole bunch of new stuff or whatnot. Mr. Cantor, you texted me and I didn't answer. Really? What did you text me, sir? Uh, Mr. Will, let me know what you texted me. You're going to work. Okay. Text me again, sir. Text me to the I don't know if you have the 301 number, but text me to that one directly, sir. And I'll be sure to answer your question. I really apologize if I didn't respond. I don't know what number you did, because we have three different numbers. We have the office number, the 866 number, then we have the 240 number, which is the Google Voice, and then I have the 301 number that you can reach me directly if you need to. But yeah, send me a message, and we can talk a little bit more. Or you can send me an email. But yeah, or you can just call me on the 866 number, Will, and we can talk a little bit more anytime you want to. Okay. And yeah, so guys, I've been doing so much thought about connecting 12C to Windows. I tried the usual, does not work. Try connecting Oracle to the 12C to Windows. What exactly are you trying to do connecting 12C to Windows? How did you try connecting? Did you download the Oracle database software, and were you able to log in? Okay. This is something that we can talk about later. But remember, we're Linux shop. Will. So but did you send me? I'm pretty sure you didn't send me a text message. You didn't send me. Well, actually, funny enough, yeah, I did actually receive your text, but again, you didn't send me a picture, so I don't know what exactly is the issue as far as your connection. But make sure, like I told you, make sure that you send me a picture and whatnot, and so I can see exactly what's going on, so I can send you an answer like really quick. Right? I don't see why you shouldn't be able to connect, but when you install that software, do you when you type okay, so when you type SQL Plus in your when you type SQL Plus in your Windows OS, does anything come up? If nothing comes up, then you have a problem. But anyway, try going to your Oracle Home slash bin directory. And first of all, send me a picture. I just need to see what exactly is going on. But if you do SQL Plus and nothing comes up, then maybe you didn't install the software correctly, or you might need to go to your bin. You might need to go to your bin folder and launch SQL Plus from there, right? But again, I'm shooting blanks right now. I don't know. You just got to show me. Send me a picture again, and we can go from there. All right. All right, guys. So I've been doing a lot of thinking, and right now, what I'm trying to do right now, what I'm trying to accomplish with the school is Oracle's the greatest. I think Oracle's the greatest database management system out there, bar none. And but I also think that, like I keep telling you guys, that college is not. It's just not practical anymore, as far as from a cost perspective and from a time perspective. It's just really not. And you don't have to take my word for it. It's just pure facts. You go to college, you're going to spend 4 years, and at the end of 4 years, before you find a job, could be six months to a year. And when you do get a job, they're probably going to pay you about $45,000 after 4 years. But the problem is you're in debt, right? And your debt could range between 50 and I've heard horror stories of 150, $160,000 somewhere in there, right? I believe the average debt for the average person right now is like they carry about 30 something thousand dollars, and chances of you paying that is actually very, very slim to none, right? So what I've tried to do with my school is I'm trying to create practical schools that can guide you towards $200,000 or $250,000 a year. And through Oracle, I definitely believe that that's possible. You know what I mean? So a lot of people have been asking me, so what is the road to making either $200,000 a year to $250,000 a year? It's really, really simple. Now you do have to do the work, and you do have to really, really, really dig in. But in my opinion, the steps are: number one, you got to get your 12C, whether it's 12C, 18C, 19C. But right now, most people are still using 11G and 12C. But you at least have to have either one of those certifications. That's one. Number two, then you got to go through the 12C course, 11G and 12C. You got to be really well versed on both of those, right? So once you got that, then the next thing that you need to know is data guard and rack, real application clusters and rack, right? Now, data guard is an advanced class as well as rack, but I'm not just talking about just simple data guard. I'm talking about you got to really dig deep and really, really. There's so much to data guard that you need to learn, and rack as well. Now, rack is a little bit physical as far as setting up all your servers and whatnot. Most DBAs cannot set up a rack server. They really can't. Most DBAs use a VM, but we're going to teach you how to actually set it up physically. When they ask you on the job, like if there's an issue with your rack, with any of your rack nodes, as far as is it the NIC card that went bad? Is it a public or is it a private NIC that went bad? Is it your Cat5 cable? Is it your switch? It could be a whole bunch of things. Is it things with your Etsy host file? Is it, we break down all these things so you can really understand from a schematic perspective exactly what is going wrong if you did have some kind of connection issues. And also, we're also going to teach you about ASM, or automatic storage management. So that's a big deal. We're really going to break it down. So, and I'm giving you guys a roadmap to $200,000 to $200,000. The first step is the first class that you have to take is the 11G and the 12C class. Right, you got to take that no matter what. Right. So once you do that, if you do all the projects that we give you, you should be making between 100 to $125,000 per year, right? If you do the work, right? Again, I keep telling you guys, you got to do the work. It's not just about coming to class; it's about doing the work, right? Right, and it's not something you're not cheating anybody when you get on the job. When you go and sit for an interview, you should be able to be, they're going to ask you certain questions. If you can answer the questions correctly and if you're confident with yours, then you're going to get the job. It's as simple as that. You're not cheating anybody as long as you can do the work. Now the problem is, you don't want to go to a job where you can't actually do the work. Right, now that's not cool. Right, you don't want to mess anybody's database up. The most important thing is you can do the work. You're confident. You're calm. The rest is history. Okay, so now you've gotten your 11G 12C certification one. Now you've gotten your you've taken the class two. Now you comprehend what you've learned in class. That's three. Now number four, the next thing that you need to learn is rack and data guard. Like I said, right? You're gonna have to set up your own servers. You're gonna have to, do all the stuff at home. You're gonna have to, do data guard, configure data guard, data guard broker, the observer, all that good stuff. We're gonna show you how to do that and teach you all that, right? So you got to really comprehend all that, all the things that entails with rack, real application clusters. That's basically, you have three nodes, all connecting to one database, right? And rack is just basically for high availability. It's not for your database crashing. That's for data guard. Data guard is all about data protection. Rack is all about high availability, right? So that's step number three. So step number one is, you got your 11G 12C certification. Step number two is you have your, you've been through the class, the 11G 12C class. Step number three is you got to take data guard. Step number four, you got to take rack. So I guess that's four steps, right? Now the last step, in my opinion, is once you've mastered all four of those classes, Well, actually, once you got your certification, you got your 12C, 11G, you got your data guard, and you got your rack, and you're well versed with all these. Then you also need to take a coding class, and that's PL SQL. You got to take a coding class, right? PL SQL is developers for Oracle, right? So if you can do PL SQL as well, and you can do all the rest of those other things, oh my God, you are hot. And I do mean you're hot. And of course, in the DMV area, in the Atlanta area, in Virginia, I actually haven't found anybody who's actually teaching PL SQL. So your boy is going to do it, right? So we're going to do it, right? So we're going to be teaching T-SQL K. That's for SQL Server. I do not like SQL Server. I don't want to know anything about SQL Server. I have no interest in SQL Server. Funny enough, Kay, I actually took a job when I first started as a DBA as a SQL Server DBA, and funny enough, all my training has been in Oracle, and I took a job at working a pilot in Knoxville, Tennessee. Bad idea, Tennessee. Okay, so I took the job, and I really, really struggled, just simply because I just wasn't trained in SQL Server. SQL Server databases and Oracle databases are completely different. When I say completely different, they are completely different, guys. So it wasn't until while I was in the job, that I switched to the Oracle system, and Oracle databases, that I was like, woosah, like, all right, I'm back to my element. You know what I mean? So yeah, when I was over there, it was a nightmare. When I was there, I was young, I was black, I was driving a Mercedes back then. DBA money. You know what I mean? So something was just not right with that picture in Tennessee, just simply because in Tennessee, I don't know if you guys have been to Tennessee at all, but in Tennessee, if you're black, you're probably going to be working an odd job, maybe working the subway or working at the gas station. So here, I'm black. I'm doing okay, making six figures, and I'm driving a Mercedes. Trust and believe, my coworkers who were, from Tennessee, Knoxville, they were not trying to hear it. They were not trying to help me out at all. So I really struggled in that position initially, for the first 3 months, just simply because most of the systems were what you call it, were SQL Server. So anyway, so when they moved me onto Oracle, like I said, everything was smooth. But yeah, I got out of there. I just wasn't feeling Tennessee at all. Anyway, so that's that. So yeah, so as far as when we're going to be offering the PL SQL class, we're going to be offering that pretty soon. There's obviously, we got to create the course. We got to create. Cool, you're learning. You're learning already. Cool. Okay. All right. What are you learning, Kay? But yeah, we're gonna be offering PL SQL starting from next year. So we're taking it one step at a time, because we want to, guys. Honestly, my vision is I'm really sick and tired of universities, just making all this money but not really giving students, the bang for their buck. You would think that, if you're paying hundreds of thousands of dollars for a degree, that you can make at least, come on, $100,000 at least. But guys, it's just not that way anymore. The days of going to university for 4-year colleges are done. Right now, it's all about your certifications. It's as simple as that. You know what I mean? It's all about the cert now. So the world is changing, so you must change with it. So like I said, the road to $200,000 to 250,000 is really simple. You got to know your 11G, 12C, and yes, there are major differences between 12C and 11G. Don't let anybody fool you. Now with 12C, there is a way where you can manage it as if it was a 11G database, right? You just don't create a container database. You just create a single instance database. So yeah, you can manage it as if it was a regular 11G. But most companies right now, if they're using 12C, they will be using. Well, actually, funny enough, let me scroll back. Companies right now that are using 12C, the 12C software, are still using it as a single instance. They're not even using a container. But of course, you got to know how to use it as a container database, pretty much. But yeah, there are huge differences. Just from the your undo table space. There's even differences between your 12C release 1 to 12C release 2, not to talk of, the difference between 12C release 1 and 11G. So it's a huge, huge jump, right? Especially when you get into the container aspect and pluggable databases and all that good stuff, But it's fun. It's all fun. It's all good. It's all fun. And we teach you all that in the class, of course. And guys, listen, you don't have to come to our class. Honestly, you don't have to come to New Way IT. You really don't. But if you are, but wherever you go, just try to get that knowledge. Just one thing I always tell people is if you're exploring. I'm taking a class, an IT class somewhere. The first thing you want to look at is their website. Is their website up to is their web if their website is not on point, that's a big red flag. Number two, are they on YouTube? Right? That's another thing. Like, are they open as far as sharing with you, giving you free material and showing you guys how they teach and all that good stuff. And that's one thing that we try to do here is we try to be as open as possible and all that good stuff. So, again, it's definitely possible for you guys to make $200,000 within a year, if that, but you do have to go through the steps, and that's what we're trying to do. So we're trying to be, me personally, I'm trying to build something whereby once a student comes into our course, into our classroom, where they learn all these different skill sets and they have a lot to offer a future employer, right? So your 11G, your 12C, your data guard, your rack, your PL SQL. And then another thing that we might start teaching soon enough, maybe AWS as well, maybe, right? So but even without AWS, if you just knew all four of those skill sets, dude, you guys are hot, right? I'm going to tell you guys, like, it's not easy. It's fun, but it's not easy. But I honestly believe that if somebody asks you, all right, you're starting a clean slate, and they said that could you make, like, if we said, okay, in the next, what's the most difficult concept for students to learn? Is Linux difficult? Okay, so yeah, is Linux difficult? Absolutely not. Not the way I teach it. You know what I mean? So I can't speak for anybody else, but we keep it moving, baby. So okay, don't be scared of Linux. Linux is fun. It's just you're just learning new things. You're just learning new commands, new things, and all that good stuff. But it's fun. With Linux, you can learn that in 1 week, and we cover that. But guys, if you want to make $200,000, there's nothing stopping you. There's absolutely nothing stopping you. And I'm just talking about for one job. Can you imagine within the next 8 months, from now to 8 months or whatnot, or by next summer, where you're making $200,000 per job? Both of them you're working from home. Come on, like, the sky's the limit, So, but you guys got to put in that work. Anybody that comes to our school, you got to put in that work. You got to put in that work. Again, I was listening to one of my mentors. He's passed away, and Miles Monroe, really good guy. And so there are three steps to actually be more valuable in the marketplace. Number one, you have to acquire the knowledge. You got to get that knowledge. So what do I mean by that? You got to come to the class and actually acquire the knowledge, right? Number two, you have to comprehend what you've learned, right? So you got to acquire the knowledge, and then you have to comprehend, soak it in, right? Comprehend what you learn. And we do that by giving you guys all these projects that we give you, so you can be well versed, so you can comprehend, so you can soak it in, so it becomes second nature. And then the third thing is what? Then you have to actually apply that knowledge, right? So once you've applied that knowledge, now you're considered wisdom. So the first one is knowledge, the second one is understanding, and the third one is what? Wisdom, right? Once you can do number three, now you're considered wise, and now you become somebody of value, right? So, but the problem with a lot of students that I'm not going to say a lot, but with students that come to our classes, they believe that just by them coming to the class and acquiring the knowledge, that means that they should then go and get a job. Doesn't work like that, guys. Come on, doesn't work like that. Come on, grow up, right? If you're in a job that's going to pay you, that if you're trying to get a job that's going to pay you $120,000, which is not normal, right? Guys, you gotta do three things. You gotta acquire that knowledge. You gotta understand what you're doing, right? This is why we give you projects, we give you videos, we give you all kinds of materials, right? And then you got to be able to apply that wisdom, right? Simple as that. So we're trying our best to do the best we can. I'm kind of tired of people jumping from one school to another school. So why not me just build a school where you come? It's like grade one, grade two, grade three, where you learn all these things, and by the time you're done, you just graduate, and now you can command over $100 per hour. Why not? right? There's nothing stopping you. It's all wisdom. So, the moral to the story is there's nothing stopping you guys from making as much money as you want, right? Once you can acquire the wisdom and you can comprehend the wisdom, comprehend the knowledge, the rest is sky. The rest is history. So anyway, I just want to share that with you guys today, and just so I can show you guys some of the things that I'm working on. I'm helping you guys with some scripts. Lazy students, helping you guys out with some scripts. So got some really cool stuff that I'm working on for you guys. Some 12G scripts for some of the students that come through. Just little commands, some basic commands that you guys will run at work. Some pretty cool stuff. Not a big deal. But yeah. Um, so that's what I'm working on right now in Atlanta. So yeah, if you guys have any questions, you can always reach me. You can just visit our website, New Way IT Solutions. Remember, our next class starts the first week of August, and should be a lot of fun. So our PL SQL class, our coding class, is going to start next year. That's when we're going to start that. So yeah, I really want everybody to be. Thanks, Kay. Really appreciate that. I really want everybody to be making 200 grand. 200 grand, man. We gotta be make that. We gotta make it. Life is too short to be making 50, 60, $70,000. Come on now. Come on. Let's get it. But remember, guys, we're not here to scam you. Like, we're not here to do any of that. I ain't got time for all that. Listen, when you come to class, you got to be able to put in that work. When you come to class, if you decide to come to class, when you go home, you got to put in that work. I give you projects every week that you must do. No questions asked. You got a whole week to get it done. If you do all your projects, you should be successful, without question. So, yeah, everybody have a good weekend, and I will keep building these scripts out, and I will talk to you guys soon. All right, bye.